Stop whatever you are doing right now. Sit down and silence your phone. You need to see this. The Indiana Fever front office is currently getting a brutal, public education in the most cutthroat rules of modern corporate capitalism. Rule number 1. You never, ever bite the hand that feeds you. The Fever organization just learned a painful lesson. Caitlin Clark fans are not actually fans of the Indiana team. They are Caitlin Clark diehards. And right now, those supporters are telling the front office, in the loudest way possible, most aggressive, and most financially damaging way, that if you target their star player, they will come for your bottom line without a second thought. Welcome back to WNBA Pro. This is the only channel on YouTube that refuses to sugarcoat the professional basketball world. We do not do PR spin. We don't protect feelings, and we don't care about corporate access. We give you the raw, data-driven truth about business tactics, coaching philosophies, and the multi-billion-dollar reality of the Women's National Basketball Association. Subscribe and hit that bell, because the drama is just starting. The Fever are deep in the find-out phase of a disastrous 2026 offseason. Things are getting ugly very fast, being labeled a racist just like that. Interesting. Must be nice for them. I am not moving past that. I am definitely not forgiving that at all. To understand the scale of this massive mistake the Fever front office just made, we have to look closer. We must dissect the economics of this franchise. This isn't just about some angry fans venting on social media apps. This is a seismic power shift between a pro sports team and its primary paying customers. The Indiana Fever aren't a normal team anymore. They are a Caitlin Clark brand. Look at the data. Before her, the Fever were basically invisible globally. They were dead last in standings. Attendance was abysmal. They couldn't even give tickets away. Nobody watched them on national television. Then Caitlin Clark arrived and turned this whole operation into a literal gold mine overnight. She brought sellout crowds to every arena she touched. She forced the league to use huge NBA arenas. She shattered jersey sales records in hours. The Fever went from a forgotten team to the most valuable franchise in the league. This entire economic explosion happened because of one single person. So when that huge, loyal fan base saw the team draft Raven Johnson, the reaction was more than disappointment. It was pure, unfiltered rage. You have to see the history here to understand why fans are so angry. This isn't a random rookie. Raven Johnson and Caitlin Clark have history going back to 2023. Clark famously waved her off, daring her to shoot three-pointers. That viral moment started a rivalry deeper than just basketball. Weeks before the draft, Raven Johnson went on a podcast and insulted the Fever's new audience. She called Caitlin Clark fans toxic bullies and even accused them. Whether you agree with her or not doesn't matter to the business side here. From a marketing perspective, you don't use a first-round pick on a player who publicly attacked your best-paying customers. It is a total failure of basic public relations. Period. Now they are on social media asking you to buy tickets to watch their product. That is bold. Wow. But drafting Raven Johnson was only the beginning. The explosion happened when Coach Stephanie White took the mic at the press conference and poured gasoline all over the fire. This is about disastrous messaging. When a reporter asked how the guards would work, Stephanie White didn't help the situation at all. Instead, she laid out a lineup with veteran Ty Harris playing as a combo guard. Then she flat-out claimed Caitlin Clark is someone who can play on and off the ball. She even doubled down, calling rookie Raven Johnson a true point guard who only thrives with the rock in her hands. To make matters even worse, White finished by saying this new guard depth allows the coaching staff to give shooting guard Kelsey Mitchell some much-needed rest on the bench. I need you to stop and really think about what was just said by the head coach of a professional basketball team. She never mentioned the one thing that actually matters here. She never said Caitlin Clark is our starting point guard, and this whole offense runs through her. Instead, she publicly imagined a scheme where the greatest playmaker of her generation, a star who breaks assist records and sees the court like a god, is pushed aside for a defensive rookie and a veteran role player. Nobody in the mainstream media is breaking down the basketball analytics of why this is such a massive tactical disaster. Let me explain the real basketball truth right here on WNBA Pro. Taking the ball away from Caitlin Clark is straight-up basketball malpractice. When Clark runs the point, She has a gravitational pull that completely breaks how professional defenses are forced to play. Opposing coaches are so scared of her deep range they trap her 30 feet from the rim. That gravity clears out the paint for easy layups and creates wide-open looks from the corner for shooters like Kelsey Mitchell to knock down. When you move Caitlin Clark off the ball, you are voluntarily killing the most dangerous and efficient part of the Indiana Fever offensive system. Fans today are smart. They look at the actual data. They know the team offensive rating tanking when Clark is forced to play like a basic spot-up shooter running off screens. So, hearing Stephanie White plan for that exact broken system feels like a direct sabotage of the most powerful weapon this franchise has. Kelsey Mitchell back here? Wait. What? Look, the signs are there. I am starting to wonder if Caitlin Clark is even going to stay on this team. This is where the coaching disagreement turns into a massive, full-scale corporate financial crisis for the team. Because fans are not just venting on YouTube and Twitter anymore. They are starting a coordinated and financially crushing consumer boycott. The Fever ticket office is basically begging for sales. Just last year, this team had a massive waiting list for season tickets. That means the demand far exceeded the actual supply. It is a dream spot for any sports franchise. But the front office made a huge, fatal mistake in their math. They arrogantly thought people wanted the Indiana Fever logo. They forgot that the fans are only here to see Caitlin Clark. Right now, the internet is blowing up with fans proving exactly that. Season ticket renewals have stalled. People on the waitlist are hanging up when the ticket office calls them. The secondary market, once a goldmine for overpriced Fever tickets, is suddenly freezing over and going completely silent. In response, the Fever organization is spamming desperate marketing emails and group ticket deals, trying to fake the demand they just killed with their own hands. The pure irony of this whole situation is unbelievable. Management chose to ignore every red flag. They ignored the toxic baggage that came with their first-round draft pick this year. They chose to disrespect the heart of their offense on a live mic. Now they are begging the same fans their rookie insulted to come back, buy floor seats, and pay for their new $7 million salary cap. That isn't just a PR disaster. That is a fireable business failure. Look at those signs. Are they trying to push her out of the franchise? If you own this team, you better wake up. Clark, you should leave now. This is the dumbest front office in history. We need to address the pure arrogance of the leadership, specifically General Manager Amber Cox and the President of Basketball Operations, Kelly Kroskoff. There is a toxic echo chamber inside the front offices of professional sports. Executives think they know the game better than the fans, and they see the public as just emotional, mindless consumers who just fall in line and swallow whatever product hits the floor. They figured they could draft for defense only, ignore the giant PR disaster that followed, and expect fans to blindly cheer for the jersey. They totally failed to get today's sports fan. Caitlin Clark's fan base is unlike anything women's pro hoops or all of sports has seen. It is huge. It is intensely passionate. They are organized. More importantly, they are loyal to her, not to the WNBA as an organization. Tons of these fans only started watching because of Clark. They never grew up on the WNBA. They do not have that deep generational loyalty to the Indiana Fever that NFL fans show the Dallas Cowboys or NBA fans show the Los Angeles Lakers. Their devotion is to one specific person. And if she is not being used the right way, if she is not the priority, or if she is sidelined and disrespected by her own coaches, those fans will stop paying and quit the game just as fast as they arrived. Word is getting out that she might be stuck playing small forward soon. Man, wow. No thanks. I want to see Caitlin Clark be Caitlin Clark. That is not happening with this coach or this front office. Great. Another year of Stephanie White sabotaging the league's biggest star. Let's look at the macro impact this potential boycott threatens the entire league's financial future. The WNBA just inked a massive 11-year media deal worth over $2.2 billion. They rebuilt their entire labor agreement based on those massive expected profits. And let's be totally honest here, the networks paid that massive premium because they are counting on millions of viewers to watch Caitlin Clark pull up for logo threes. They did not pay $2 billion to see Caitlin Clark stand in the corner while Ty Harris and Raven Johnson run a slow offense. If the Fever's ratings plummet because fans are boycotting the coach's choices, the whole league suffers and the networks will start to panic. The advertisers will back out. The Fever's front office is playing a dangerous game with the money that keeps the whole WNBA alive. Don't get me wrong, it's unlikely we'll see a total boycott with empty arenas. Clark is such a massive global star that casual fans will still pay to see her play in person. But what's happening with the season ticket holders and the die-hard base is an unmistakable warning shot that no one can ignore. This is the core fan base, telling billionaire owners there is a line, and the front office is dangerously close to crossing it forever. Sticking Lynn at small forward just promotes that boring, grinded-out basketball that everyone absolutely hates. Oh man, the Indiana Fever are getting crushed. Wow, I just cannot believe what I am seeing. So, how does the Fever fix this crazy mess? Honestly, it's not even that complicated. They don't need more flashy marketing tricks or discount codes to sell group tickets. They need real, honest accountability. Stephanie White needs to hold a press conference before the season starts, look into the cameras, and say 6 words. Caitlin Clark is our point guard. Just those words. No corporate doublespeak, no talk about rotational roles, and no chatter about playing on or off the ball. Just a clear, unambiguous statement that their star player is the face of the team, and the entire offense will be built around her talent. Because right now, the silence from the team about that specific coaching choice is absolutely deafening. The longer they stay quiet, the louder the fans will scream, and the more money this team is going to lose. The Indiana Fever officially kick off the 2026 season on May 9th. Training camp starts in just a few days. Before the first tip-off, this franchise needs to make a final choice about what it wants to be. Do they want to be a title contender built around the most exciting and profitable player the game has ever seen? Or do they want to be a stubborn, overcoached mess where everyone shares the ball handling, where roles are loose, and the most famous player in the world is sidelined just to prove a point? The fans paying for tickets have made their choice. They are picking Clark. The multi-million-dollar question is if the Indiana Fever's management is smart enough to choose her as well. WNBA Pro stays locked on the box office revenue, the press room chaos, and every tactical shift to keep you ahead of the curve. This is WNBA Pro. If this raw business-first analysis hit hard and you value the cold, hard truth that mainstream sports networks are just way too scared to ever touch, hit that subscribe button immediately to join the sharpest, most objective basketball community you will find on the entire internet. Leave your most controversial, unfiltered take in the comments section right now. I want a real war in the comments. Are you officially boycotting Indiana Fever tickets this season? Do you think the front office will finally admit their mistake? Or will they stubbornly sink the entire ship just to protect the coaching staff's ego? Let the chaos begin. Ring that notification bell because the massive financial fallout from this draft disaster is only just beginning, and you cannot afford to miss a second of what happens next. Peace out.